Hello everyone, it's Sandra and welcome to today's video. I'm going to just hang out and do some makeup. I really had no plan or structure to this video whatsoever. I just wanted to sit down and chat and get ready for the day with you. I guess like it could be like a full face of nothing new because there's one thing that's new. So it's almost a full face of nothing new. I switched up a couple of things from my usual everyday makeup routine. I'm really happy with how this look turned out. So if you want to get ready with me, just keep on watching. I feel like I'm constantly like struggling. I'm like straddling two worlds. There's like the world of where I just want to be minimal and I want to use up what I have, and then there's the world of just constantly being tempted and bombarded by new stuff, and I'm just kind of like on the edge of both of those worlds trying to navigate both. I feel like if I'm constantly buying new stuff, I don't get to enjoy what I have. This is a foundation that I love and I just haven't used in a while because I'm either getting distracted by new stuff or I'm, overwhelmed with what I already own. So I'm just taking this Hakuhodo brush and gently grazing the brush on the top of the foundation stick and then just kind of stippling the product on my face. What I really like about this foundation stick is the coverage. It has really good coverage, but it leaves a nice luminous finish to the skin. I think if you're somebody with more normal to slightly dry skin, you will like this even more because you'll be able to use this year round. I usually use it more in the winter time, or if I really want to use it and I know I don't need to be like shine free and perfect for a long amount of time. Today I'm filming this. It's just a casual Sunday. I just want to kind of play with makeup. I'm not really fussed about longevity or anything like that. It's definitely one of the best foundation sticks that I've tried. I'm not usually into foundation sticks, but you can't just swipe it directly onto the skin. I find that it performs better when you're just kind of like using small amounts at a time with a brush. I use the shade number 6.0 Natural in this, by the way, and I'd say it's a really good color match if you are like light to medium with yellow undertones like me. Anyway, so Sephora VIB sale. I don't like to watch recommendation videos, but I do like to see what other people are getting. So in terms of like my social media behaviors regarding the Sephora VIB sale, I'm more like, I want to see what my friends are getting. I want to see what the people that I enjoy watching are getting, but I don't really care so much about recommendations. But I'm curious what you think. Do you actually follow people's recommendations? Do you just kind of like do your own thing? I do think like the frenzy behind this VIB sale gets crazier and crazier every year. I do love makeup. I love trying new stuff, but like everything in moderation, you know what I mean? So now I'm going to just go over it with a damp Real Technique sponge just to kind of take off any excess and make it look as natural as possible. I'm going to conceal. I'm going to do the L'Oreal True Match Concealer under my eyes, and I'm going to do the NARS Radiant, not Radiant, this is the NARS Matte Concealer. I'm going to do that on my blemishes. Somebody punched a hole through our garage door. Thankfully, we have like security cameras and stuff, so we checked the security footage, and in the middle of the night a very, very burly man walked up in a hurry, just punched a hole and then just walked off. Maybe he was just having a bad day and decided to take it out on a garage door. I'm assuming his wrist and fist must be in pain. I don't know. It was very, very strange. Thankfully, like Michael wasn't even in town. Michael's out of town, and thankfully my brother-in-law was able to come by and fix it. Every time I use this concealer, I'm just so happy with it. I love it so much, and I like that it seems to work on all different skin types. I know people with dry skin that really like this. I feel like it's one of the best products that NARS makes. NARS usually makes pretty great complexion products. They're trying really hard to get into the makeup palette game, a makeup palette frenzy as of late. They always did those blush palettes, but I just feel like now they're doing eyeshadow palettes and blush palettes much more regularly than they used to, and I'm just kind of over it, to be honest. I'm paletted out, man. I'm using this Becca under eye setting powder. I used up my Laura Mercier powder, So now I want to try and use this one up before I repurchase the Laura Mercier. I do prefer the Laura Mercier in terms of under eye setting powders. They're very similar. The Laura Mercier, you actually get more for your money, and that one has more like light reflecting properties in it, so I find it a bit more brightening than this one. And for my face, I'm using the by Terry Hyaluronic Hydra powder. This is a wonderful loose powder for oil control. And it's funny because when I first bought this powder, I did not like it because I bought it, I had purchased it to use under my eyes, and I don't like this under my eyes. So I was disappointed with it at first, but then I started just using it in my T-zone, and I really like it in my T-zone. Just kind of targeted placement with a very soft, light brush. I'm going to do a little bit of bronzing now, and I love this bronzer so much. The Becca bronzer is really, really great. I use this in the shade Capri Coast, and I love it. It looks really shimmery in the pan, but the shimmer does not translate on the face. It just ends up looking like a natural glow. And it's just so easy to blend. This is a Zoeva 101 brush. As the closer we get into summer, the more heavy-handed I get with the bronzer, and I love it. Bronzer is, I can go without blush in life, but I don't think I could go without bronzer. I'm using my Marc Jacobs Flesh and Fantasy blush. This is one of my favorite blushes of all time. It's very neutral. It's like a nude blush. These are the types of colors that I love the most because they are really easy. You don't have to really worry about pairing it with a certain type of lip color, with eyeshadow. They just kind of work with everything. Sometimes I also like to swipe whatever I have left over on my blush brush and just kind of loosely use it on my eyelids as well to kind of create a cohesive color story, if you will. It's really, really subtle, but it actually does make a difference. Then for highlighter, I'm using this highlighter stick from YSL. This was sent to me by the brand, and it smells really good. It smells like typical YSL lip product scent. So if you don't like that scent, you might not want to go for this. But this is a beautiful, beautiful cream highlighter, especially for somebody with oily combination skin, because it actually sets to a satin finish. There's no tackiness to it whatsoever, but it looks really, really beautiful. This is like a step up from the Care Vice highlighter that I love to use every single day. So if I want something a bit more, like a bit more shiny, this is what I would go to. And I just use my finger to apply this. It doesn't pick up whatever you have underneath. So you can apply this at the end of your base makeup. Like I'm applying this on top of a powder blush, and it doesn't disturb the makeup I have underneath. Obviously, you know, use gentle pressure, but I'm just really, really impressed with this highlighter. And I feel like in terms of YSL products, cheek products are not usually their strong point. I did enjoy the highlighter stick that they did in their holiday collection. That one had more glitter in it. This one is just no glitter whatsoever. It's just a very beautiful sheen. This is in the color light gold. And when I mentioned this in my favorites video, I promised that I would use it in my next tutorial type of video, and here I am. This is the Urban Decay Naked Reloaded palette. You can easily recreate this look. If you are a warm eyeshadow lover, if you are a neutral eyeshadow lover, you probably have these colors in your collection already. So it's definitely not a need, but it is a nice to have, especially if you're somebody that travels and you kind of just want one thing to just throw in your bag, and you don't want to think about which eyeshadows to select on a regular basis. I have been really enjoying this. This has been like the only eyeshadow product in my everyday makeup drawer, and I can just easily create any look that I want with it without really thinking about it too much. And I'm starting with the color Blur just as a base. on my eyelid, just gently blending it in up on the crease. Then I mixed in Bucked and Boundaries together. And again, I kind of very, very loosely apply it in the crease and then just blend it all over. Sometimes I just use that Boundaries shade all over the lid and do like an orangey red lip and then call it a day. I'm gonna do those same two colors, Bucked and Boundaries, under my eye as well. I think the reason why I love this palette so much is that everything kind of plays really well on top of each other. Then I'm going to take a little bit of the retro color, which is this beautiful kind of coral, slightly coral color. And I'm just taking it in the crease for an extra kick. I usually take the golden color, Barely Baked, with my finger and tap it all over. Another way I like to use this palette is I use the color Angel Fire all over or the color Reputation all over with my finger. So that's like 3 looks right there that you can do that are super, super easy with this palette. So this is with the Barely Baked on top. If I'm feeling extra, I will take Angel Fire on a different finger and just add that on top, just kind of focusing it on the center of the eyelid for even more of a pop. I definitely find the shimmery colors in this palette best applied with fingers. Instead of eyeliner, I'm just going to use a pencil brush with the color Distilled, and I'm going to use that as eyeliner. But when I do it on my upper lash line, I'm not taking this all the way across. I'm just kind of doing it on the corner. Going to apply just a little bit of this Nude eyeliner. This is one from Maybelline. I don't know if they do this color usually, but this is part of the Gigi Hadid collection, but I love it. It's called Nude. It's a gel eyeliner. I'm still on my Marc Jacobs Lash Primer kick. And on my brows, I'm using my Hourglass Arch Brow Pencil in the color Ash. Makeup Forever 3C Lip Liner, one of my favorite lip liners of all time. I think if I had to narrow down my nude lip liners, I would get this and Lancome Natural Mauve. Holy grail lip liners for me. And then for my lipstick, this is the Surratt Lip Sleek in the shade Gamine. Everything I want a new lipstick to be. The formula is lightweight, has a bit of shine to it. The pigment is strong. And I just love a peachy nude. That is the look. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you like just hanging out and doing some makeup with me. I am now going to go get myself emotionally prepared for Game of Thrones episode 3. I hope you're having an awesome day. I'm going to, as always, catch up with you in the comment section below. Let me know what's your in Sephora VIB sale cart. How do you feel about it all? Eager to get the conversation started with you in the comment section. Hope you're having an awesome day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!